Hi, my name is China, and what you're looking at, or what you're about to look at, is going to be my story that everyone needs to hear.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper.
Hi, I'm China. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I became the most famous person in Divina. If I'm going to be honest, it's kind of stressful being as famous as I am. Everywhere you go, people recognize you. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm not also saying that I wish it happened every time I went somewhere. Literally, wherever I go, the perfume shop, coffee shop, or even if I'm just at a clothing shop. It's kind of stressful knowing everywhere you go, someone's gonna know who you are, or that someone's gonna recognize you. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, because I love each and every one of my supporters. But sometimes I wish I could just live like a normal person who could go in the coffee shop, go in the perfume shop, go in the clothing shop, and just be treated like a regular person. I'm not treated any less than a regular person, but I wouldn't say I'm treated normal. The other day I went into Glitz and Glamour to see some of the outfits they had. And when I came out, there was a crowd of people there. People constantly coming in and out of the shops and asking for a photograph or just something simple, but still kind of stressful. Sometimes I go to the little cafe on the small side of town just to get away from people, or just to have a little quiet time. It was my favorite spot and always will be, until people found where I was too. One day I went into aesthetic apparel just to go look at some of the outfits, and when I came out, well, I think you know what happened. There was a crowd of people outside as well. My parents always took me when I was a child to the top of this apartment where they had like a little luxury area where I could just watch the stars and be in peace. This is to this day always been my favorite place, and I always go there just to think about my parents because they're living on the other side of the world and I never get to see them. It's kind of sad, but I do everything I can to strive for them because I know they would want me to keep pushing. Funny story, one day this little girl came in the store and she recognized me. Are you that famous person that I've seen on TV? She asked me. I bent down and told her to come closer to me and I'd tell her a secret. I told her, yes, I am the girl you've been seeing on TV. She got so excited and she started jumping up and down and she started running in circles and she just got so happy. And then she was like, why are you on the poor side of town? When I heard this, I was shocked. That was the last thing I expected her to ask me in a million years. So I bit back down to her and I told her, let me tell you a secret. There's no such thing as the poor side of town. If anything, you're on the rich side of town, sweetie. And she got so confused and she was like, wait, what? I'm rich? What? And she just started running in circles again and got really happy. And I told her, there's no such thing as a poor side of town. There's no such thing as a rich side of town. But there'll always be a place where you can come and be comfortable, which you can call your home. And that's why I'm here. This is where I call my place. I call this place my home. She got so excited she didn't know what to do, and then she told me to tell her a few more stories, but I told her I had to go because I had an important meeting, and she was like, oh, okay, I understand. And she gave me a hug, and I gave her a hug, and then I left. She left first because she wanted to go tell all her friends about how she met this girl, but even though I left after a while, I was pretty shook. Not in a million years had I ever thought about this place which I called my home, the poor side of town. I went into the perfume shop early that morning and I overheard two ladies talking. I ignored it and I just went to my regular salon, my regular vanity, and I just fixed up my makeup a bit. And I just thought about what that little girl said. The poor side of town. The poor side of town. The poor side of town. It just kept replaying in my head, and eventually I heard the door chime, and it was her. She had came back in the store and she wanted to talk to me. She found out my name over the news, I guess, and this other girl walked up to me because she recognized me. We talked for hours and hours, and she got excited with every word I spoke. She got comfortable with me. I thought of her as my new best friend, or as my child even. The conversations with her were just unreal. It got late and she told me she had to be home because her mom and stuff. And she said even though her mom didn't know who she was, her mom trusted me because every time she came home, with a smile on her face. But I understood that she had to go. She waved me goodbye and then left, as happy as a kid on Christmas. And I just waved goodbye as I watched her go. It was sad seeing her leave, I am going to be honest. But she's not no possible way related to me. And she's not my child. So, I can't really make her stay with me. All in all, she's like my new best friend. I couldn't thank her enough for coming into my life, and even though I may never see her again, I had to go thank her in some way possible. It was the next day at the cafe, and I knew this was her favorite spot. Someone had arrived, but I knew it wasn't her, so I was a little bit disappointed. Then I realized that it actually was her, and she had just got a whole new look. I greeted her, but she left in a hurry, so I was a bit confused. I didn't want to stress it, but I just wanted to know, why did she leave so fast? I went back to the salon / perfume shop, my favorite place, and I went to get my hair restyled. It was the next day, and I know I had just got a new hairstyle, but I wasn't really feeling it, so I just decided to get something new. I actually liked my new style, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. Now, the reason I'm telling you about this is because something very important happened right after. I went home to my apartment. I got home to my apartment and I just settled in and got comfy in my bed. The reason I got a new hairstyle is, I didn't want to tell you, but it was because I didn't want to be recognized. I hope you understood this part of my story, but that's also why I had changed my name. I was really hoping no one would recognize who I am, and that's another reason why I changed my makeup as well. I got home and went to the bathroom and I just took off all my makeup because I was just done with this day, tired of it, and just ready for it to come to an end. I was washing my hands when I got this call. It was the last call that I ever wanted in my entire life. No, the little child that I was talking to did not die, don't worry, but something terrible, just as terrible, happened. The mother of the child told me that they were moving across the state and probably never returning again. She told me that her child wanted to apologize for leaving the cafe so early today because she just wanted to come see me before she left. She wanted her mom to tell me that her name was Mary Met, and she was inspired to be me and the little ladybug on TV or something like that. I don't even know what she was referring to. She told me that her mom said that she will miss her and she wants to come visit me even if she knows the chances of that is impossible. And she also made this joke which I kind of find funny, and she said, or she told her mom to tell me, pass the message, you could say, I look pretty rich. Could I visit her sometime? This made me laugh and smile and reminded me of her creative, funny personality. Put the phone away because it was just too much for me to handle at the moment, and I just had to take another quick look in the mirror. This child that I made a relationship with over a week's time is already leaving me. We were developing the best friendship you could ever think of, and now that the friendship is coming to an end, I just never saw this coming. I never wanted this, but it had to happen. Took off my parasol and went to my vanity and started taking all of my makeup off. After I had taken all of my makeup off, I got up and I went back into my room. I was so sad and devastated. I just relaxed and looked outside the bay window and remembered all of the memories that me and Merrimet had. I'll miss you, Merrimet. I really will.
I miss all of them. Everyone.
I would say it was about an hour that passed, and I was tired of sitting at my window, so I went to go get changed and get ready for bed. It was time for bed, so I turned my lights off, and I drifted off to sleep. It was the next morning, and I was so tired.
My name is China, and this is my story.